I thank God for that.
Hello.
How you doing today, sir?
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Ronnie Wells.
Ronnie Wells. Where are you from, Ronnie Wells?
Well, originally I'm from Sumter, South Carolina. Okay, but Baltimore's my home. So since 1961. Yep.
How old are you now?
I'm 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 69. I'll be 70 in February. Yep.
What was life like growing up in Baltimore?
Tell you what, it's a lot better than what it is now at that same age. It was good. You know, both my parents worked. My father worked at where most family fathers worked, Bethlehem Steel. Back in them days, Bethlehem Steel was the biggest employer. You had General Motors back there, but it wasn't too many blacks at General Motors. There was some, but it wasn't a whole lot. And my mom, she was a seamstress. Well, I don't think a lot of people, they probably do remember Misty Harper, Coats and all that. I worked for them. London Fog, okay? And they were located on Lombard, not Lombard, I can't remember. But down there off of Mount Royal, they were located down there. But growing up here in Baltimore was pretty good, man. We, no problems in our family. I mean, growing up as kids, we fought. Not like the kids today. I got a feeling they might think it's a video game because you can reset after you faint, shoot somebody and kill them. So we sat in there, we fought. We fought, and once the fight was over, it wasn't a 3 and 4 against 1, it was 1 and 1. And then you grab your friend and go get something to eat. You know, having a good time. But Baltimore was a pretty good town. It was, you know. Even the government wasn't too bad. We had Mayor Schaefer. Marvin Mandel was our governor. Let me see if I can go back a little while. Uh, it wasn't too bad. We had the Oils. Not the Oils. We had the Coats. We had the Coats, man. You know, it was a sad day when they packed up and rolled out in the middle of a snowstorm at 2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody woke up and the Coats are gone. What do you mean the Coats are gone? They snuck out of town. You know, so. But besides that, life has been pretty good, you know.
Do you come from a large family?
Medium. I had five. I had five of them. Six of them, five blood, one foster. But it was 6 of us. So we were nice, tight family, close family. 3 of us left now. My youngest sister died of kidney disease. Yeah, kidney disease, and because they just about amputated all her limbs. I mean, it was a shame what she went through. And my youngest brother died. He OD'd. Okay, he was IV drug user, so he OD'd. That was back in '99. My sister died in '03, 2003. But those were the low points of it. But it really wasn't the low points because they went through. You know, God had His hand on them all the time. But yeah, I like Baltimore. I didn't go up. I've lived in this area, which is really not that bad. It's in a. This is one of the roughest parts of the city, but it's not that bad. But I grew up in Howard Park, near Forest Park Golf Course. I went to school up there, Forest Park. Um, Besides, enough about me in the city. You know, I'll talk about the city. We had Gwinnett Park. A lot of people don't remember Gwinnett Park as an amusement park. It was on the border of Gwinnett, Maryland, and Baltimore City. And we moved out there. It was predominantly white. And we caught the Dickens trying to get in that park. And you talking about racism? Oh my God. It was terrible. They seen us coming, they started shutting down the rides. You know, so.
When do you think racism kind of like ended here in Baltimore, or got, I guess, better
They
than them
quieted
times?
down, it never ended. You gotta look at certain parts of the city. Like Hampton, which is off of Falls Road and Falls Road and Northern Parkway, Cold Spring area. They were pretty racist. They were the part of a community in Baltimore City. They might, you know, it's an old saying: if you black, be out of town by sundown. Okay, that wasn't written, but we knew. Don't mess around and hand it at the door because you might not get out of it. So, but besides that, man, I had a pretty good life. You know, it's a shame that the young folks are killing each other. Like I watched the news this morning, and it was a 20-year-old down in Cherry Hill. You know what Cherry Hill is, don't you? Okay, somebody shot him. And I believe they killed him. 20 years old. His life hadn't even begun for him. He's not even, he's still a child.
What do you think the cause of the violence is in the city?
Drugs. Drugs, 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 drugs. And it's a shame that our government, it seems like they are allowing us to commit genocide against our own people. Okay? I mean, and if you ask one of these young kids what genocide is, they wouldn't even, they don't even have a clue. But us killing us it beats them killing us. So they allow us to do it ourselves. So, police patrol. But, like right now, he's patrolling his cattle. That's what I call it. They're patrolling their cattle. They got the helicopter flying around to keep the cattle in one area, But it's not that bad.
Have you ever been a victim of drug use?
Of course, yeah. I've been, like I say, I started in the early parts of Vietnam. I was only there, 3 years. That was the whole term. But yeah. I started using marijuana, and my sister has a problem with me because of that, because she was one started it. She used to work for Social Security. She's retired now, still alive. But she was once brought us marijuana home. I was 11, my brother was 10, and she would bring us a dime of weed every Friday, every payday. But then as we got older, it changed. It went to harder and harder and harder. I've taken everything that can be taken out here. I have. So, but some I've done left alone, and matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going into rehab, and I'm going into detox. Because at 70 years old, I want my body to be clean of the drugs, and all that.
Are you still taking drugs?
Yeah,
What drugs do you take?
I do a little bit of heroin, and heroin basically, that's it. Yeah, heroin. But yeah,
How do you take those drugs?
I sniff, yeah. But you know what? It's a shame because I try to tell people taking drugs is a no-win situation because your life goes away. It goes away. Before you know it, you done seen 20, 30 years pass, and you don't know what happened to it because why? You were high for drugs. You've been high them 30 years. And people won't believe that. I've been in the days, I'm not kidding, I've been in the days for 40 years, man. Yeah, a day. So, but I'm going to take the rest of the day. How you doing? The rest of my days yeah, I'm going to take the rest of my days and do right, by me and by God's will, by His grace, it's going to happen. I'm very positive about that.
So, in the last 30 years, what's the longest time you've been drug-free?
2 years.
What inspired that?
Prison. I didn't think that, they got more drugs in prison than what they have on the street. But I didn't take them in prison.
Why not?
I wanted to be in the full state of mind, my own state of mind. Getting high in jail, it weakens the body and your senses. And I want to be on point for whatever happens, because if you haven't been to prison, even jail, or just basically prison is a whole different world, And you want to be on point. You want to know what to say, what to do. You don't want to say nothing out the way, so I stay sober. I stay sober the whole time.
So you're in fear of the prison environment more than you are just society, free society?
No, I'm not scared of, I have no fear in my heart. by the grace of God, I have no fears because I have no fears. I'm not afraid of man. What can man do to me that I can't do to myself? So you just know your place in life. That's all. And I stay out of trouble. Stay out of people's business.
Do you think the drugs on the streets now are more dangerous than the environment, or the environment more dangerous than the drugs?
Well, I say equal. Okay, because drugs are everywhere. They talk about the county, the rural areas. Drugs are everywhere. We have more people coming from out of state buying drugs than anything. You got people coming from West Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania. The furthest I say would be, good morning, would be West Virginia. Even though West Virginia is a state close to us, but West Virginia would be it. And I mean, they'll come over and buy tons of drugs from us. And this little intersection right here, Penn-North, a lot of people, they hate to think about it. I told them, look, if they really think about it, that little intersection generates probably at least $20 million a month in drug sales or more. I might not be hitting it on a point. I'm just getting a number, $20 million or more a month. It could be a weekend. Okay, that's a lot. That's money. So, and then if you wanted anything down here, you get it from Penn-North. So they had a big overdose. I don't think you heard about it. Did you hear about that? You heard about it, okay. They had a big overdose where they put bad drugs out. They never said somebody died, but the word on the low is people did die. But the government do not want you to know that. They don't want you to know that.
Why do you think they wanted people to know that it was a mass overdose then?
Yeah. Well, it had to have been said that it was a mass overdose.
Yeah, why did they put that out there if they wouldn't put out how many people died?
It was known because people were laying all over the street. They were everywhere. They was in the street, on a bus stop, and this happened in the daytime, 8 o'clock in the morning. So, people seen what was going on, they had to rope off the whole area because they had some, and then they still had people who got the drugs and went home. They don't know if they're alive. Somebody might be in the house dead right now and been dead for 2 months. They're by themselves.
Are you ever scared when you take the drugs that you take?
Because, well, somewhat, but it doesn't fear me. I've been doing it for so long. You kind of know who to get it from and who not to get it from. So, somebody that really credible with they sell, if you want to put it that way, it can be put that way, yeah. You buy from them. And then drugs done got cheap. Heroin went from $6, $10, $6 to $3 a pill. Okay, even the methadone that they take, okay, from the drug clinics. They used to sell for $100 a milligram. People out there selling 100 milligrams for $10. So.
Have you ever overdosed?
No. No. Nope. No, never did. I tell you, I had a brother that died from overdosing, but he was an ID drug user. You have a lot of ID drug users that overdose, that OD. Because when you inject your body with heroin by needle, it goes directly into your body. So it's no pulling it out and taking it out of you. So if you snort it, you can at least, they got some stuff called Narcan. Narcan works pretty good. And if that don't work, you better call it. I've administered Narcan to a lot of people.
Do you carry it?
Yeah, usually I do. I left my bag home. I do carry it, but I don't have my bag with me. For some reason, I don't have my bag with me. So I'm wondering if I left it on a bus coming down here or what. But yeah, I always carry it.
Have you ever introduced anyone to drugs?
No.
Why not?
No, I never did. I won't.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to do that. It's death, man. I tell anybody out here, if they don't do drugs, don't do them. Don't start. Because it's a no-win situation. No-win. And they young? Oh no. I see kids. I see females are the main ones. Okay, young females they'll get introduced to drugs and they go cold crazy with it. Now, I got introduced to crack cocaine up in West Virginia. Never did it. I used to buy coke and I used to sell it, okay? And a young lady introduced me to crack cocaine. I don't know what possessed me to use it, to smoke it. 42 years ago. It's a good while. 42 years ago. Okay? That's the reason I don't have my wife, my kids, my son. The drugs, you know. I ain't gonna blame it on nothing else but that. So, that's why I'm shooting to go to, you know, I'm going into detox tomorrow. I pray they get me into it tomorrow and get myself, you know, get my body back in shape, get my body back. I'm in good health for my age. I'm in real good health. I get around pretty good, but yeah, that you got a lot of us out here, and that the word crackhead. The thing that it kills me when people say that. And the older folks out here, they gotta realize the older folks that do crack cocaine, they gotta realize where they came from. They started doing cocaine when it was freebasing. And freebasing is you had to cook your own up. And to cook your own up, you had to be able to afford what they were selling. Grams, 50s, hundreds. So you had to have a good job to buy. Coke is not a cheap drug. It is not a cheap drug.
How did you get off of crack?
Uh,
How did you get off of crack?
I just stopped. Crack is not really to me it's not addictive. It is. It depends on where your mindset is. I don't want to do it no more.
When's the last time you done crack?
God, I don't know. Shit. Maybe 8 months ago. Maybe 8 months ago, something like that. So, yeah. It's a sad situation with the drug scene. It's kind of sad because they put all these even the drug clinics. Okay, I go to a drug clinic down on Pennsylvania Avenue. Every so often they'll give you money. Like every Wednesday, it's nothing. Give you $5. What's that $5 for? To buy drugs. It ain't to do for anything else. You know, I tell you, if drugs were $10, $5 to $10, they would give you $10. And it's your money they giving to you. Because it's your insurance money.
Do you think those programs that come on the street and hand out like needles and I guess drug paraphernalia, do you think those programs help or they kind of contribute to the problem like you were just mentioning?
They contribute to the problem. But what it does, on the ID side of it, with the ID use, it helps to cut down on transmitting disease, okay, by needle. But everything else that comes in that kit, it doesn't help because, I mean, it hinders everything because now you got a crack pipe, you got 2 or 3 crack pipes, everything else is going on. And now they're even giving you a lighter.
So what do they actually give you in those bags?
They give you snacks, they give you needles. The needles are like, they'll give you like 6 packs of needles, 10 in a pack. Stems, crack cocaine for the stems. They give you 2 of them to chew it. Everything you need to use it. That's about it on that, with the needles and that. That's all they give you on that. But they give you snacks to eat with. I mean, it's something to take the government's money. Our tax money, that's what it is. You know, so a lot of people are against it, but they give you snacks. People are hungry out here, so they have something to eat on.
Are you homeless?
No, no.
Have you ever been homeless?
Hell yeah. What? My God. Shit. I've been homeless about 10 years, man, at one time. You know, up to this year, I was renting a place, but I'm waiting for the government for the housing to put me in a place, but I'm going in a detox, so I might be in this 30, 60 days. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I just want to come out right, that's all.
When you were homeless for 10 years, was it because of your drug use?
Yeah. Yeah. And no income. Yeah, basically, but because of my drug use. Yeah, it was.
How did you manage to get housing?
Well, you know what? God is amazing because one day where I get my mail at, I went there and the girl said, "You got a letter from housing." I got a letter from housing, and they had set me up an interview for a house for a unit. So, and the hardest thing for me was to get. They gave it to me, but I had to get all my paperwork. And being homeless, sometimes you don't have the ID, the birth certificate, and your Social Security card. You don't have it. So that was a hindrance because that means it was delayed. I had to get all that. Okay, so but without the money to get it, so I'm going through my program now to get it. Yep. So.
You put them videos on YouTube? I'd be sad.
Yep. So it's all good, man.
What do you think could solve the problem in Baltimore?
You know what? I haven't the slightest idea. If I was younger, I could probably give an answer to that. But at my age right now, I really can't focus on solving this problem. I gotta fix my problems, so I don't know. I stay out of those problems. I do my best to stay out of those problems. So
In your 70 years, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned?
in my 70 years, a couple of them: love your family, love your children. Make sure that you keep them close to your heart and your spirit. And work. If you're a young man, go to work. Go to work. Take care of yourself. I mean, be able to provide for yourself. Don't be out on the corner asking for money. I miss my family. I miss my son. Now, by me going into rehab, hey, I wish I had my family there backing me, supporting me, but I don't have them. I don't have them right now, and it is what it is. So I've been doing okay on my own. So I'm just gonna go in there. I got a strong spirit, and I'm gonna go with it. And I just pray to do the best thing. I can do the best I can. But the most I've learned, well, that could be it. It's gonna be take care of you, provide for yourself, provide for your family, if possible. I can think about it. I got so many.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I'm a good person in general. I mean, it's gonna be a lot that I can be remembered for. But a lot of people can't say that. They can't think. I don't think they can say nothing negative about me. Because I got a pretty good heart, and I don't think they can find anything negative to say about me. And I'm just not blowing my horn. That's the truth. I think you can ask anybody around me that knows me. He's a wonderful person, and I try to be.
Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months?
Clean and sober, in my own place, and hopefully working. I had an aneurysm about 3 years ago. Doctors won't allow me to go back to work. Until then, I'm gonna have to just do what I have to do. Nothing illegal, but take care of myself.
Going back to your 10-year-old self, because no one knows Ronnie like Ronnie knows Ronnie. What would you have told yourself to make you never use drugs a day in your life?
Don't do it. Don't do drugs. I mean, I had a pretty, I'll go back to my father. You have alcoholism, addictive tendencies in your family. My father, he was somewhat of, I wouldn't say an alcoholic, but he drank. He wasn't a pissy drunk alcoholic, but he drank. And my brother was the same way. They drank, but we all worked. I never did drink. Never did so. But when I started doing drugs, certain drugs, I just carried it too far. So that's why I'm here right now, sitting on a step on Curry Street, someplace where I should never be at. This is not even my part of town, but I love down Everybody around here knows. I've been down here at least 30 years. Off and on, between times, okay? So, I knew it was a day and time. I couldn't sit on these steps like this. Yep.
If there's one thing you could say to someone to inspire them to be the best them they could be, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to stay focused on the prize. The prize is you, is number one, our Father God. The prize. Number two, stay strong. It's just a crazy time right now. You put me at a crazy time. Yeah, stay strong. Love your family, you know. Family can change a lot. Young families, you got kids and all. Hug your kids. Keep them tight with you. Keep them close to you. You will not want your child to go through what you've been going through. And that's one reason I got away from my son. We all moved to North Carolina. And left them down. I came back. I didn't want him growing up here in Baltimore. I really did not. So he's in Greensboro, North Carolina. He's about 50 and he's doing well. So he's doing wonderful. So.
And with that being said, we want to thank you for your time.
No problem. It's been my pleasure.
We want to thank you for your
right.
honesty.
Yeah.
And most importantly, we want to thank you for your story.
All right. I appreciate y'all.
We praying for you.
Y'all
Ron.
have a blessed day. Okay.